Hello everyone, Matt here, welcome to our War Planet Online. It's the first stream for this game. We're doing something a little bit different today. Oh look, it's my base. Hell yeah. Yeah, welcome guys, War Planet Online, our new strategy game here at Gameloft. It is out now. You can download it for free on iOS, Android, and Windows. Hello to all of you out there watching on Facebook today. Just a single stream today. We're not doing one on YouTube, so don't feel like you're missing out. In fact, there's going to be some really awesome action happening right here on the Facebook page, because in this stream we will be giving away 5,000 medals. That's right, 5,000 medals to 3 lucky winners. Now this is how it's going to work. We've got a couple of sections lined up for you guys today. Basically what we're going to do, we're going to start off with a little introduction to the game, a bit of a tutorial, just explaining, going through the game's kind of first few minutes, just explaining what everything is for newcomers to the game. Obviously a whole bunch of you guys are already playing. Good to see you, Philippe, already playing. Like a whole bunch of you obviously in the chat already playing. But yeah, just for a couple of the newbies out there, we're just going to run through a little tutorial. After that, we're going to have question 1. I'm gonna drop a question there. Hopefully, I think the game team are going to be joining us in the chat today. So that should be good. And yeah, same kind of format as usual. Answer the question with the correct answer in like a couple of minutes. Winners will be chosen from the correct answers at random. There'll be 3 winners. So yeah, that's gonna be the first question after the tutorial. Then we're gonna hand over to the dev team. They put together a little video where they're gonna explain a few of the deeper, richer features of the game. After which we'll sort of have a little look around my base. Why not? And then we'll have giveaway question number 2. And then we'll go into a little video that looks at coordinated attacks and rallies, and see how basically you need to link up with friends to conquer the map in this game. And we're going to take a little look at exactly how that works. And then we'll have giveaway question number 3 after that. So stick around. There's going to be a chance, 3 chances to grab yourself 5,000 medals. That's right. Cool. All right, so let's get into it. And yeah, first off, as I said, we're just going to nip into a little kind of overview of the game, a little tutorial. So without further ado, let's roll it. All right, so War Planet Online is set in the sort of near future. Diplomacy has broken down, and factionalism is rife. So when you open the game, you're going to jump into a world map that's very, very similar to today's. And the team has done a really, really awesome job of kind of making this as realistic as possible, right down to sort of the country borders. You will start off in a territory, and you'll have your base. You'll be introduced to Hannah Reyes, who's your kind of liaison. So, zooming into the base, you get quite a nice little cinematic as a drone floats over your base of operations, and this is where you'll spend a lot of your time kind of building up your base and specializing how you want to specialize. It's really important to stress that the base is fully customizable. You can build kind of whatever you want within reason. Obviously, there are kind of like progression trees in terms of the buildings that you can actually acquire. But you know, when you end up going into a faction, you know, you might choose to become a resource farmer or a massive unit farmer, or specialize in various different ways to sort of help your faction out. So when you start the game for the first time, we're just going to run through the basics. You'll need to start out with your kind of resource and production buildings. You've got a metal extractor there, but obviously that's going to need some power. So we'll whack down a power relay there, and it's worth noting that everything in your base is going to require power, and power travels along road lines. So a building will need a connecting road, and it'll need power. Oh, some lovely stuff happening in the chat. From saying best strategy game I've ever played. Glad you're enjoying it, man. So as we can see here, sort of like we're just working our way up through the sort of fundamental buildings that your base will need. So we start off with the metal extractor, the power relay, and now of course the unit factory. There are 4 different kinds of units in the game and 10 levels within each of those. So yeah, there are sort of 10 levels of assault, 10 levels of aerial, 10 levels of artillery, and so on. And saying the map looks great, especially territory, winter, desert, and forest, etc. Glad you're enjoying it, Heather. So what's really important is to check in regularly with your missions, as we'll see here. As you naturally progress, level up your base, send your units out to scavenge for resources or take down renegades or conquer other territories, you're going to just naturally through the course of your own progression unlock missions and complete them for valuable resources. There are a variety of commanders in the game, 5, each of them have different specializations. You'll be able to recruit more commanders as you level up your command center, which of course will invariably involve leveling up some of the buildings around your base as well. So there's definitely a sort of progression tree, but it's fairly easy to follow, and if you haven't unlocked everything for the building that you require, you'll be able, the game will basically tell you exactly what you need. Right, so we're going to go find a little oil deposit, gather up some oil. Oil and steel are the bedrock of pretty much everything in the early game in War Planet Online. So you're going to want to deploy your units with a commander. Now Walker, I believe, has one of his abilities is a plus 20 gathering speed in terms of accumulating resources. So he's going to just accumulate those a little bit quicker than some of the other commanders. But the other commanders will come into their own, as we'll see later on. So Kuru asking in the chat, will following just the missions allow for faster leveling up? So the missions are one way. Obviously, they will all come with rewards, and you know you can kind of explore early on, do your own thing, and you'll naturally kind of progress through them as you build stuff, unlock things, grow your army, etc. It's worth following them to begin with. Basically, if you get stuck, take a look at the missions, and they'll give you some guidance on where you need to go. So we're just plonking down a few other buildings at the research center, which will allow us to invest in offense, defense, economy, and development, basically increasing our army speed, unit damage, base and defensive health, and a whole bunch of other things besides. And again, when you join a faction, this will really help in terms of like working with others will really help determine what you should be specializing in, and so on. We've got a comm center down there, very, very useful for scouting out other bases, which is very, very, very important. You don't want to go all in an attack on a base that's quite clearly gonna kick your butt. Just adds another little layer of strategic preparation. Alvin, I'm spotting your issues in the chat, man. Don't if you can, get in contact with support through our in-game options. That's the best way to do that. Any issues you guys might have, oh, my screen's turned off there. Yeah, any issues you guys might have, do get in touch with our support team via the in-game options. Really, really, really important avenue for assistance if you lose anything, if your progress gets lost. Yeah, take a look at the in-game options. The customer care team will be able to help you out. So that was just a little video, just a little overview of the first few minutes of War Planet Online. Before we jump into the sort of little dev diary from the team, it's time to kick off with our first giveaway question. Right, so first giveaway question. All you guys need to do is pop the correct answer in the chat. We'll run it for a few minutes, and then we'll draw a winner at random. We're going to do this 2 more times apart from this as well, so there's going to be 3 winners in total. We'll announce them all in the comments at the end of the stream, and someone will be in contact within 48 hours. So, first question, guys, get ready for it. How many categories or types of research can you develop in the game? We're talking broad level. I mentioned them earlier, but how many kind of broad categories of research can you guys develop in the game? So yeah, answers in the comments. And we'll close these up in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to go back through the chat and see if I can answer a few little questions there. Obviously the winners will only be taken from like the correct answers. So how many categories of research can you invest in here? Like, we're talking broad level. When you hit the research center, how many categories come up? All right. Lots of answers coming in already. Lots of confident people. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. So yeah, questions in there in the chat as well. Giveaway question number 1: How many research types are there in the Research Institute? We're talking broad level. Broad level. Oh, we've seen the answer given away in the chat. Oh, it's difficult. So one of the cool things, actually, while this is going on, one of the coolest things that I absolutely love about War Planet Online, obviously you've got your base view here. There are multiple levels of zoom in this game. So if we head back to the map, so you've got your little, kind of low-level map here, pretty close to the ground. You can see everything, all the cities, all the renegades, outposts, resource points and deposits that you can go and gather things from. And you can kind of zoom out a bit and zoom in a little bit. I'm based in Los Angeles at the moment. If you guys are interested, by the way, I've just set up a new faction called Tea, because I'm British and I love tea. Well, it's called Tea Time, but the abbreviation is Tea. Anyway, so from there you can zoom out to a kind of provincial view, and you can see all of the provinces in the game. And again, I just want to stress, like, the team have done a really, really awesome job in sort of making this world map as realistic as possible, right down to kind of country and state borders here. And yeah, provinces can sort of range from ranks 1 all the way up to 5. London, as we can see, is a 5. One day Tea Time will conquer the UK. One day the UK will be mine. And then, of course, you can zoom all the way out for a little look at the globe itself. Isn't that lovely? Back to base. Back to base. Right, how are we getting on with these answers? As I say, 5,000 medals up for grabs here. We'll close this up in a little bit. Just give you guys a moment more or so, and then we will shut the entries. Seeing lots of answers, lots of people who've potentially given their fellow man a leg up there. All right, guys, so we're going to be closing this thing in just a few more seconds. I'll count it down. Keep getting those answers in. All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it, guys. Okay, right, so. Oh, sneaking in there, just in time. So yeah, that's it for question 1. I think Ivana, the game's community manager, will be announcing the winner very shortly in the chat. So take a look out for that. We'll obviously post all three at the end as well. But cool. What we're going to do now is so the guys over in the Sophia studio who've created this game, they've been working super hard on this. Someone is scouting my team base. Oh, man, I'm getting scouted already. I'm probably going to get attacked on stream. This is going to go well. So yeah, the guys over in Sophia have made a really cool video. I'm going to share with you guys now. Before I do, correct answer is of course for Blake. Congratulations. Also, I like your sort of very helpful approach to your fellow man. Yeah, posting the answers out for everyone in the chat there. It's very generous of you. But yeah, congratulations to Blake. Well played, guys. We're gonna have 2 more rounds of questions. So yeah, if you didn't win, don't worry. There are going to be 2 more opportunities. But yeah, as I say, first of all, we're going to jump into this little video from the team over in Sophia. It's a really fun video. It goes a little bit deeper into some of the game's more rich mechanisms and some of the strategic stuff that you'll have to take on board if you want to conquer the globe. So, from the team in Sophia, take it away.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Warplanet Online. Developed in Sofia, Bulgaria by a team of wargame veterans, Warplanet Online is a great new addition to Gameloft's ever-growing roster of strategy games. The game is massively multiplayer real-time strategy set in a world torn apart by modern war. But brave generals like you can unite armies into great faction, overcome enemies, and claim the world for their own.
But it all starts with your base. Come, let's have a look at it. Come with me. Here's your base, the heart of your army, where all big plans are set into actions. There's a wide variety of building you can build and upgrade here. Besides, what you choose to focus on will be the first step to determining your strategy for the war. Will you focus on resource production, unlocking special weapons and technologies, or building deadly units quickly? It's really up to you to make all those decisions. We've put extra care into making a flexible, fully customizable military base. Each building can be placed freely wherever you wish with easy controls. So make your own layout and optimize your pipeline. With up to 30 upgrades per building, not only will you grow stronger, but your base will look more and more impressive as you progress.
And here is the world map, the place all the plans unfold. Around you, you'll notice many other players, all striving to achieve the same goals as you. You'll need to decide which are your enemies or allies, because no one can conquer this world alone. We have put a lot of time and effort in the world map of Warplanet Online. We want you to feel that your fights happen in a familiar environment. That's why we used an exact replica of the real world right down to the national borders. Rally your allies in a region of your choice and start conquering neighboring territories. Will you be the worthy defender of your nation or unstoppable conqueror? Well, that's for you to decide.
Hope you weren't planning to coast your way to victory so easily. It takes skill and planning in order to be victorious on this battlefield, not only a larger army. First, you need to pick a commander for each of your armies before sending them on a mission. There are currently 5 different commanders for you to recruit, and they all have specialty. So choosing the right one for the job will have a huge effect on the outcome of the battle. To top it off, there are power-ups that can be deployed in order to boost your army when you need it the most. And of course, you can always rely on your allies to give you a hand when you need it. They can join your rallies or even reinforce your troops directly during an ongoing battle.
There is a lot more to learn, but this should be enough to get you started on your path to global conquest. The best strategy right now is to download Warplanet Online and begin your march towards victory. Thanks for watching. As always, see you on the battlefield.
Okay, I think we should be back. I'm pretty sure we should be back. Yay, we're back. Okay. Hopefully I haven't lost too many of you. Okay, so that was there. That was a little video from the team over in Sofia. They've done a fantastic job on this thing. And yeah, so a few things there that I want to just quickly unpack before we get into our second giveaway question. So yes, 1 second, I'm just going to reorient myself with the chat. Make sure we're all still in here. Make sure everyone's got their bearings. Okay. All right, we're still in business. We're still in business. So, a couple of things to unpack from the video there. Now, one of the things that Svet mentioned, the commanders. The 5 commanders have very, very different skill sets. So, Walker, for example, as we mentioned, plus 20 gathering speed, does 5% bonus. All of your, well, when you have Walker as your commander, all of your units will get 5% bonuses to damage and HP. And at level 25, he'll unlock basically a sort of commander ultimate in a way. As the battle progresses, it'll charge up the overload and it'll deal a huge amount of damage to a single target. So we've got Walker there. But let's have a look at someone like, say, Maddie. Now, Maddie, she's a blitzer. It basically her power basically means that your army moves 20% faster, and she does awesome damage versus aerial units. She also gives your assault units a 20% bonus in terms of damage and HP. So if you're specializing in terms of assault, Maddie's a really, really good commander to take into battle. And when it comes to sort of like, when it comes to, you know, being part of a faction, going on these coordinated attacks and raids, you know, this is where specialization can really come in handy. For example, if you focus on assault units and you have Maddie as your commander, you're going to be much more effective. And if, say, you know, a couple of your friends, like let's say one of your friends has Volsky here and has a whole bunch of tanks, you guys are going to be so much more suited to a battle environment than, say, a single person trying to be, you know, a jack of all trades but a master of none. So when it comes to sort of teaming up into factions, you guys can really start specializing based on the commanders that you take into battle. And your base, of course, is fully customizable. I really need to customize mine. You would have seen in that video a lot of grouping of similar sort of sizes of buildings. Obviously, you've got buildings that take up 2, 3, and 4x4 square. And then down here we've got a very special building as well. So this is the power-up factory. You'll unlock this. I think it's level 10 or 11. And power-ups can turn the tide of a battle. Power-ups are absolutely awesome. And you can see here varying different kinds of power-ups. We've got cluster bomb, orbital arrays, tactical nukes, chemical bombs, bombardments. They all kind of do slightly different things. So the orbital array, for example, you can assign these. What's happened there? You can assign these to commanders before you go into battle. And the orbital array will target the enemy commander. So we have weapons, power-ups here that will target artillery in the back. We've got power-ups that will attack commanders or sort of advanced units in the front as well. The sort of lower end power-ups will deploy more towards the beginning of a battle, whereas things like the tactical nuke will be unleashed a little bit deeper into things. But if you go into your command center there, you can essentially equip power-ups to your commanders for them to take into their next battle. And as we'll see in the next video coming up, they can really massively make a difference. Heather's making a really good point in the comments there. Renegade events love renegades, taking out renegades. They're basically AI on the map. Really awesome in terms of accumulating not only resources and experience for your commanders, so you can level them up and unlock their more advanced special abilities, but it also helps in gaining power-ups for your defensive marshal Trasher over here. So going on those renegade missions, it'll net you resources, it'll net you XP, and it'll also net you armor and upgrades and awesomeness for your defensive commander, Mr. Trasher there. So, right, it's a little bit of an overview. We're going to go straight from there into giveaway question number 2. So, I hope you guys are ready for this, and we answered this in part 1. So I hope you guys have long memories. It's going to be really cool. What is the highest level of province on the world map? What is the highest level of province on the world map? So you remember when we zoomed out, we could see all the provinces. So what's the highest level they can get to on the world map? So yeah, you have to cast your minds back to part 1 there. As per before, pop your answers in the chat. We'll close it up in a few minutes. Ivana will announce the winner in the chat. If you don't remember what the question was, it's right there as well. Was the highest level of province on the world map. If you can send your player ID and platform, that's ideal. Otherwise, we will hit you guys up after the stream as well. So yeah, what is the highest level of province on the world map? Answers in the comments. We'll close it down in a couple of minutes. I've been scouted again, I think. Yes, Ghost VN has scouted me. Oh, I lost so much stuff the other day. Actually, really important thing. So, one thing that you absolutely should do is just bear in mind that other people will come gunning for you. They absolutely will. And this is where peace shields and cloaking fields really come in handy. Because if you want to disguise yourself from any sort of scouting drones, cloaking fields and peace shields are an absolute must. If you've got some stuff where you just want to go on a really intensive kind of resource accumulating day, stick on a peace shield, save your resources, it'll make sure you don't get attacked, unless you try and attack someone else. So, yeah, if you just want to kind of like peacefully accumulate stuff, do a little base management, a little bit of rebuilding, or if you're going to be like out of the country for a little while, and you don't want people to sort of be jacking your stuff, the peace shields are absolutely crucial. They are so important. Don't sleep on the damage boosts either. They can be absolutely brilliant in terms of turning the tide of a battle, as we'll see later on. And of course, army size boost. Now, your army size is determined by the airfield in your base, but sometimes you might just want to like boost it a little bit. If you've maxed it out, you don't quite have enough resources for the push that your faction wants to do. So in this case, army size boosts can be absolutely crucial there. And then we have teleports. So you don't have to stay where your base is first place. You can teleport around the world map if you have an elite teleport, certainly in terms of selection. Random teleports will buzz you out to wherever, but faction teleports, we will come onto this in just a few moments, can be very useful in terms of getting the squad together and getting ready to roll out. Okay, so keep those answers coming in, guys. Giveaway question number 2, of course. What is the highest level of province on the world map? We're going to close these up in just a little bit. So yeah, get those answers in. It's really helpful as well if you can provide your player ID and platform as well. Little unrelated question there from Antonio in the comments on Facebook. Where's Modern Combat Versus coming? So we don't have a release date just yet. But as soon as we do have one locked in, and to be fair, once we do have a solid date, yeah, the announcement's going to be pretty close to the actual launch itself. So yes, more on that very soon. All right, good to see those answers coming in. All right, we're going to close this thing up in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so comments are closed for giveaway question number 2, and everyone will be choosing a winner from the correct answers and posting that in the chat very shortly. So let me just describe what's going to come next. So next we're going to jump into a little video that takes a look at coordinated attacks and the importance of banding together with your friends. So the tagline for this game is United We Stand, and that's a very important statement to make because as Alex mentioned in the video actually, no one's going to be able to conquer this map by themselves. You won't get very far on your own in War Planet Online. You're going to need to band together with some friends, form a faction, and then pool your resources and your units to go take on enemy factions and to overthrow capitals. As we've just seen there in the chat, the correct answer is 5. The max level you can get to is 5. If you remember, I called out London. So congrats to Jim there. Brilliant stuff. Sup, doggy? Welcome, man. Good to see you. And yeah, let's jump into a little look at coordinated attacks. We might even get a rally in there and a push for a capital as well. All right. So here we've got Gaston. Now Gaston's based in Paris. You can see the GG squad have spread out across Europe. He's going to teleport right to the border of his region. Teleporting within faction territory, which is a lot cheaper than just teleporting randomly. And you can see that Berlin is surrounded by the LOL faction. So he's going to try and take on Talon Furland here. He's going to speed his army up a little bit. Crossing into enemy territory. He's going to chance it against Talon over there. Now, he's not really done his research. We'd heavily recommend that you scout. Scout before sending your army off there. But he's got a pretty fat squad. It's pretty good. But he's level 24. And our man Gaston there is only 21. So this could be interesting. He's got some good strength, but will it be enough? That's the big question. So of course, these battles play out in real time. You can reinforce battles in real time when it comes to these things. And we can see that Talon's actually got quite a fat army there. And Gaston, he's trying to deploy his abilities, but it's not going very well. And yeah, he's getting absolutely mullered here. The tanks and the artillery doing a number on the aerial units. The commander's down, crashed massively, just the artillery left, and they are mopped up pretty easily. A crushing defeat, because Gaston thought he could just handle it himself. So he dives into his faction chat. It's like, guys, man, you gotta help me out. This dude is too much. Talon, he's a pain in the butt. And of course, because his faction friends are top people, they're gonna back him up. What's up, Hamish? How you doing, man? Good to see you guys. So yeah, Megan, Marta, Louis, they're all in. Baggett's in as well. So what they're going to do is they're going to use the faction teleport now to come join Gaston. So you can see reinforcements have arrived. They're going to roll out. In what we call a coordinated attack. So they haven't set a rally point yet. They're basically just all going to go attack Talon here. Now, this is all happening in real time. So the first person that gets there is going to be the first commander to set up shop. Then you're going to see units popping in as they arrive, because, you know, some might decide to speed up their army, some might not. What happens in a coordinated attack is, like, anything can kind of happen, because you can get reinforcements arriving, and indeed you can see reinforcements arriving from the other cities in the vicinity, the other bases in the vicinity. So Talon's going to have backup now. The backup's going to arrive in real time. The reinforcements for Gaston are going to arrive in real time as well. So it's kind of a race to the battlefield. If you arrive too early, the chances are that you get decimated and you're not able to attack as a full team, and you can really get crushed. And we can see that actually that's kind of what's happened, because the pirates there, they haven't had a huge distance to go. There hasn't been any disparity in terms of the army speed, and the Good Game Boys are getting kind of mullered. Reinforcements are arriving now slightly late, but you can see that the enemy commander has dropped some nice buffs for the defensive team there, and this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good for GG. Fill it with so many units, that's right. They didn't do their research and they're getting mullered. And that looks like it's more like good game over for the GGB. Okay, so something else is required here. They can't just go in. They've got to coordinate, take it back to the chat. What needs to happen? Well, it starts with the units. It starts with the firepower. Now, some of those units might be out on scavenging or gathering runs. Gaston's asking, need the reinforcements. And Megan's in there. Top tier units are back from gathering. Martha's like, okay, we know what to do now. But these guys aren't playing. So what they would have done is they would have gone back to their base, they would have repaired. But they're bringing in the big guns. They've gone with some vanguards, some high level vanguards. Viewed for the aerial assault there, but this is quite a tank and assault heavy army here. We've got a very, very handy power up in there. So I think that was the chem bomb right there. And I think we'll see this deployed in the battle in a bit. So here they go. Can the more top tier units deliver a win? This is still a coordinated battle, so they haven't set a rally point yet. They're still kind of moving individually, but for the team. Can they take on and defeat Talon? Okay, we can see enemies pretty stable in terms of numbers, but we're seeing more units coming in for the GGB. That bomb has just been deployed, and that is the strength of the power-up. Absolutely insane devastation there. Really, really turning the tide of the battle. Absolute crushing defeat for the LOL Pirates, who definitely won't be lolling after this. Victory goes to the GGB, and they've won themselves some very, very tidy resources. But the job is not done quite yet. So what they're going to do, now that they're all in, now that they know the level that they've got to be at, they're going to split into coordinated groups and just defeat the peripheral guys, the reinforcements. Because how dare they? How dare they support Talon? It's just a disgrace. They need to be punished. So going to weaken that capital, take out some of the reinforcing bases around this Berlin capital. Divide and conquer. We've got a few guys getting in on Barrett there. A few guys going in on Antoine. Someone up top going for Pinabel. They're all slightly lower levels, I think, than the GGB. So we'll see how these multiple battles go down. It's gonna be awesome! Moti, just to let you know, so this game's just come out. There's so much planned for War Planet Online. Hopefully this game has a very, very bright future ahead of it. And look at this, so Antoine just absolutely getting crushed. Individual enemy getting crushed by the team there. Such explosions, much battle. Wow. Good job. Well done. So Anton got absolutely destroyed there. Barrett's been completely destroyed as well. The battle for Pinabel. So Pinabel, this is going to be a little bit more even. Like it's 1v1, but Baggy's got just such a better army. And what the team will have done there, they will have scouted out those bases, they will have seen who got the most units, and divided sort of their forces, coordinated their forces more accordingly. So, with the reinforcements down, with the defensive reinforcements down, they can do one last push. So, they're going to set a rally point for Berlin. Now, this will notify the enemy faction that they're coming, but it'll essentially unify all of the GGB forces into one gigantic army that will arrive at the same time, cut loose at the same time, and deliver just massive, massive firepower. So yeah, the enemy gets 5 minutes to prepare here, but the force coming to meet them, man, is no laughing matter. So they set the rally, the timer for 5, they're in. If they can take Berlin, this province will, this province will become disputed and eventually go to the GGB. They've crushed the lead bases in the area, and just because of that, there are no reinforcements. There are absolutely no reinforcements for the capital. They can't, there's no defense. They cannot do anything. They are done. destroyed, brutalized. If we zoom out, we can see this is a region that will very soon be turning green. So props there to the GGB there, good stuff. Alright guys, so that's a little look at kind of faction warfare and how you're going to need to band together, team up, and take the fight to your enemies as a group if you really want to dominate the map and win out in War Planet Online. And we've reached the kind of end of this stream today, guys. So, like, massive thank you to everyone who's tuned in. Before we go, of course, we've got one more giveaway question to do, and I hope you guys are ready. Another 5,000 medals up for grabs. All right. So again, I answered this way back, so you have to cast your minds quite far back. How many units can you build in the game? How many unique units can you build in the game? So we're not just talking about unit categories, we're talking about the different levels within. How many in total? How many unique units can you build in the game? Answers in the comments, folks. We'll close this up in a few minutes. I just want to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you to the team who've done a cracking job in this game and given me a whole bunch of stuff to be able to do this stream today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it watching. Thank you so much to you guys for tuning in. And yes, we've got the question right there in the comments. How many unique units can you build in the game? So we're talking levels across the categories. We're talking in total, all units. How many can you build? We're seeing a lot of different answers right now. Just to be crystal clear, we're talking total units. Oh, I don't think anyone's got it just yet. Looking at it right now. Oh, I'm just watching this unfold in the chat. We've got one person with a correct answer right now. So, just to be very clear, so you've got 4 categories of units, but within those categories, you can build many different unique units. I want the number of unique units in total. In total, you've got 4 different types. You can build a certain number of units within those types, but then how many in total do you have? All right. Sorry, apologies if that wasn't necessarily clear. So in total. So 4 categories. So you're going to have to get the number of units within a single category and potentially multiply that by the number of categories that you have. Alrighty. To be very clear, the answer is not 4. That's the number of categories. We want units as a total, units as a whole. Heather, I know it's easy math, but I just wanted to be very clear. I know a lot of the people that tune in, like, English isn't necessarily the first language. Just want to be absolutely clear with you guys. So keep those coming. We got a few right answers. We've got a handful. A lot of people sending in stuff that isn't quite correct yet. So, our total number of unique units. So you've got your aerial, you've got your assault, and so on. And you're going to have a certain number of units in each category. Add those all up. What do you get? Hit us up in the comments. So yeah. We'll play it online, guys. How have you been finding it? Like, hit us up in the comments as well. Let us know how you've been finding the game. If you have feedback as well, definitely hit up the forums for the game. In fact, actually, any of our Gameloft titles, if you have feedback or you want to get in touch and ask about kind of features or what might be coming in the future, the forums are really the place to get stuck into. Kind of more longer form topics like that and more deeper stuff like that. Make sure you're following War Planet Online on Facebook and YouTube, and I believe there's an Instagram channel as well. What have I done? What have I just done there? So yeah, make sure you're following the game if you're enjoying it across all of the social media pages. there's hopefully lots and lots and lots to come with this game. So yeah, hope you guys are really enjoying it. It's going very well. It's been a pretty good launch, and we're hoping to really ramp things up. We're seeing some really, really cool stuff in there right now. It's like I haven't seen a battle like that. Well, this is good, and yeah, like let me know as well, like feedback in terms of the streams. We're gonna be back on Thursday, same time as usual. Ty asking there, how do you train armies quickly? So every time, actually, well, let's go into the unit factory. So your unit factory is where you produce things. And you can see that I can't unlock anything above sort of level 3 right now because I haven't leveled up my unit factory enough. Buildings can go up to level 30, but quite often they require other buildings to have been upgraded for those to be upgraded as well. So actually, if we hit upgrade, can I upgrade this yet? So I need a level 10 metal extractor and more steel, a lot more steel. But to answer your question, Ty, I can add this to the queue. That'll take 46 minutes, or I can speed it up using various power-ups here. And you have specific speed-ups for units, for buildings, for armies. You have general speed-ups as well. Or you can use medals. Medals could be used. Oh my god, medals could be used in a wide variety of deployments. I can tap that and use medals to speed that up. And my tank is here. You can see kind of the general size of your army by checking out the airfield there. And of course you can upgrade your airfield to increase your army size too. So Heather asking what's the best use for medals. I haven't used any of mine. And this really depends on kind of how you want to play the game. So if you want to invest that in terms of building speed upgrades or accumulating more stuff, that's really cool. You can use it obviously to upgrade the size of your army, put yourself out with more units, more power-ups, more kind of deployable stuff like that. It can always be used to sort of decrease timers and things of that ilk too. But you can also use it to speed up upgrades. So let's say I want to invest in some oil production. Yes, I can start that, I can have the cost, or you can use medals to invest in upgrades for R&D as well. So it really depends. Shimel Sony makes a really, really good point there. Like you can also use it to invest in VIP, which will give you basically bonuses in terms of production speed, army speed, speed ups, things like that. Oh. Let's use that. Yeah. So I'm going to get free speed up. I'm going to get a nice boost to my resource production speed there. And that can be very, 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 very useful over time. Okay, right. So the third question was how many unique how many unique units can you build in the game? And we were looking for the total number. The total number. We're going to close this thing up in just a few moments. If you haven't got your answers in yet, make sure you do so because we're going in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that's it. Round 3 is done. So if you didn't get your answers in, apologies. Ivana will be announcing the winner very, very, very shortly. But yeah, once again, a massive, massive thank you to you guys for tuning in today. We're going to be back on Thursday with another live stream. Not quite sure what we're doing this Thursday. It might be Iron Blade. Got to double check that. And we should be going. We should be back on YouTube as well for that one as well. Congratulations to JT Cedric. The correct answer was, of course, 40. So there are 4 categories of units in the game. There are 10 unique units for each category. So the answer, 4 times 10, is 40. Well done, JT. Really, really, really well played. Well played. Congratulations to all our winners. We will be getting in touch directly with you guys following the stream, and thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. Please tune in for future streams. We're going to be doing more giveaways, more games. It's going to be totally awesome. The modern combat stuff, when we have a date for you guys, I know there were a couple of people asking about that, we will let you know. There are very, 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 very exciting things in the pipeline. I cannot wait to share them with you. It's going to be really, really, really good. So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, tune in Thursday, 3 p.m. GMT. We'll be back for another stream. And most importantly, guys, if you haven't already, we're seeing hearts. Thanks, guys. If you haven't already, go download War Planet Online. If you like your strategy games on mobile, definitely check out this game. It's free to download. iOS, Android, Windows. The real-time battles are something to behold. They're really, really awesome. Make sure you get into a faction, team up with some friends, and go conquer the world. Like, it's something to behold. It's really, 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 really awesome. It's even sweeter as well on tablet, by the way. Like on tablet, you can the visuals really, really, really come out. They pop. Those battles are so epic. It's fantastic. So yeah, I hope you guys download the game. Do check it out. Philip, with just a really quick question about the Android update of GNO. So the best bet, Philip, is to check out the Gangstar page. There was a little hiccup in terms of the there's a little tutorial bug in that game. So make sure you stay abreast of the situation by tuning into the Facebook and Twitter feeds for Gangstar. It's at Play Gangstar, because that's where the information will be coming from. There's a little bit of a delay. Massive apologies to you Android guys. I know you've been a little frustrated waiting for this update, but it is coming. But yeah, that's it from me. So yeah, cheers for watching, folks. Go download War Planet Online. It is an absolutely barnstorming strategy game. It does things that no other strategy game out there does. Join up with some friends. Go take over the world. Thanks for tuning in. I will hopefully see you all on Thursday, 3 p.m. GMT. Don't miss out.